I worked at a convenience store. I'm not allowed to say the name, of course, but it added up to 18. And my carry the one. My favorite story from there is that one time this guy came in. You know those hot dogs from the front of the store? The ones they've been in the same rotation for the past 11 years, right? And they're like 10 for a dime, basically. Just real quality. Nobody's even looked at them. They're on there. They're sweating. They're not exercising, but they're sweating, absolutely. Anyhow, this guy comes in. He says, yeah, I'll have 2 hot dogs. Can I have 2 hot dogs? What? Sir, I don't even think those are for sale. I think they're just a conversation piece, and the conversation is, who the hell eats this? Well, I think you gotta sign a release. I gotta call my manager. We gotta sign off some paperwork, turn keys at the same time, and we don't even have any buns. We are really not prepared for this at all. I worked at a convenience store. I'm not allowed to say the name, of course, but it added up to 18. And carry the one. My favorite story from there is that one time this guy came in. You know those hot dogs from the front of the store? The ones they've been in the same rotation for the past 11 years, right? And they're like 10 for a dime, basically. Just real quality. Nobody's even looked at them. They're on there. They're sweating. They're not exercising, but they're sweating, absolutely. Anyhow, this guy comes in. He says, yeah, I'll have 2 hot dogs. Can I have 2 hot dogs? What? Sir, I don't even think those are for sale. I think they're just a conversation piece, and the conversation is, who the hell eats this shit? Well, I think you gotta sign a release. I gotta call my manager. We gotta sign off some paperwork, turn keys at the same time, and we don't even have any buns. We are really not prepared for this at all. That was a fun job. I worked at an elementary school. I was a teacher. That was pretty good being a teacher. Oh, really? You guys are teachers? Wow, a noble profession. I don't know how you do it. That's wow. They've Student of the Month bumper stickers, so it's pretty popular now. I actually saw one the other day though. It said, "My son is a good citizen at West Elementary School." Wow, we have really lowered the bar for bumper sticker distribution in this country. My God, you used to have to be an honor student, student of the month. Now it's like, well, he didn't blow up the school this year, so we gave him a sticker. He's a good citizen. He's not a great citizen, he's a good citizen. We've had better citizens, but what are you gonna, I bet you there's not even a ceremony for the good citizen sticker. They're like, all right, Billy, you're the student of the month, congratulations. The rest of you zeros, grab a good citizen sticker on the way out. Try not to eat them this time, you morons. My elementary school teacher was crazy. I was nice. I never made a big deal out of the scissors. My teacher would go crazy. Remember those art class scissors? She would go banana. No, don't remember the scissors. For the love of God, kids, don't remember the scissors. And do you remember the scissors? They couldn't cut Jell-O. Honestly, I got worse wounds from the brown paper towels. Remember the brown paper towels? You start off with a runny nose, wind up with a bloody nose? Yeah, those are delicate. I'd rather wipe my nose on an oak tree. There's less bark in an oak tree. But the scissors, she was so scared. Don't remember, she would hide them in her desk drawer, lock the bottom drawer to protect us from the scissors, which was brilliant, of course, except for the fact that in the back of the room, she would leave that giant paper cutter. Yeah, you could behead a cow with that thing. Oh, that's right, lady. Hide the safety scissors. Leave that portable guillotine out for everyone to play with. Don't run with the scissors. Don't run with the scissors. But climb the ropes. That's fine. That's fine. Were they crazy? Don't run in the hallways. Instead, climb 950 feet straight in the air. Yep, when you get to the top there, you're going to be exhausted. What you want to do then, just slide down so fast there's fire shooting out of your hands. Yeah, some asbestos will sprinkle from the ceiling. That'll keep you from completely igniting. What's that, honey? You're afraid of falling? Do not worry about falling. We've taken precautions. That's right. We've laid down some thin blue mats. Were those there to break your fall so the cops could draw a chalk outline around your dead body, roll you up, and drag you out of there? And then there's a special treat for the boys only at the bottom of the rope. We're going to tie a big fat knot so that when you land, we will make sure you never have kids in this school. Absolutely. I'm 6'6". That's what's going on here. 6'6", which is a lot of Jew. That's like 2 Jews. But I must admit that despite this rather imposing, one could argue majestic physique, I'm not a man's man. Unless the man was Michael from Michael's Arts and Crafts. I think he would like me. I love Michael's. I call it classy Joanne's. Joanne's is nice, but it's always in disarray, whereas Michael's is always in array. I grew up in the 1970s, which was not very accommodating to sensitive boys. I think I would have made a great millennial. They're much more accepting, and because to put it in millennial terms, I have a Gryffindor body, but a Hufflepuff soul. Thanks. I'm sweet. In the 70s, just kids were so mean to each other. I remember I played junior high basketball, and even the cheerleaders were antagonistic. I felt they would chant, "Be aggressive, B-E aggressive, Gary." And my theory on why millennials are nicer to each other than we were growing up is that millennials grew up much better hydrated than we did. Like, water just was not a consideration in the 1970s. Now, I'm not an old man comedian who's going to say, we didn't even need water. We needed it desperately. Walked around dizzy and listless all the time. But a lot of times I wouldn't get my first sip of water until Thursday. After gym, the teacher would march us down to the drinking fountain, and the entire experience was fraught. How so? How was it fraught? Well, water pressure in 1970s public schools was so weak, so flaccid. You had to make love to the drinking fountain to get a full quench. But if you got that close, it tempted the cretin behind you to smash your skull into the steel spout, which was considered a prank in 1978. Now it's properly classified as felony assault. But in the 70s, that was just shenanigans. The teacher wouldn't even interrupt her countdown, which, because of budget cuts, classroom sizes were enormous. So the teacher, this was her countdown: 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, goodbye. And I would get so outraged. I was 7 years old, but I was very precocious. I think you would have loved me. I would protest. I would say, Mrs. McNally. That's her real name. I will protect her no longer. She didn't protect me. I would say, Mrs. McNally, it's not Mississippi. It's Mississippi. You're costing me an entire syllable of hydration with your pidgin English. But you want to know something, Mrs. M? How appropriate, how apt that you use Mississippi to carry out this unjust drinking fountain policy. That is precocious. To have that firm a grasp of Jim Crow legal doctrine at 7 is like the epitome of precocity. It's so great to be back. Thank you so much for having me on. Good night, everybody. Thank you. Hilarious. That was hilarious. Thank you so much. You're Gulman! Like, most of your billionaires, let's be honest, have $1 billion. They're what I like to call barely billionaires. Whenever I'm introduced to a billionaire as a billionaire, and it turns out they've only got $1 billion, I always say under my breath, barely. And most of the people who are given credit for billionaires are technical billionaires. They're rounded billionaires. They're worth like 978 million, 988 million. They're just rounded up to be billionaires. And they know they're failures. They'll correct you. They know. It's another way to save money. Notice I'm not drinking bottled water. I'm not going to waste your time with that trip over there. You do not need bottled water unless you're trying to cover a minimum. My point is, it's all just filtered tap water. So get yourself a Brita. Get yourself a Brita. I'm serious. With a Brita, you are always just an hour away from 6 ounces of lukewarm water. I like to open up my Brita, put the faucet on blast, and go away for the weekend. And then I come back, and I have a glass of water ready to refrigerate.